Were you surprised that TCU, I wouldn't say jumped Tennessee, but are you surprised that TCU is ahead of Tennessee?
Yeah. I mean,
I was too.
Not because of my belief of, deserving or, any of how I would rank these teams. I was surprised because I thought the College Football Playoff Selection Committee was going to look at Tennessee, which has wins against Alabama and LSU, two teams that had been in the top 10 of last week's rankings and were likely going to both be at or around the top 10 in this week's rankings, and say those wins are better than what TCU has, because TCU had a really bad week for its resume, where Kansas State lost to Texas, Oklahoma State lost to Kansas, and then all of a sudden those ranked wins are starting to fall apart. Now, Kansas State does remain in the top 25 of the new rankings. Oklahoma State falls out. And you combine that with Boo Corrigan's own comments about TCU not being a balanced team. I was like, well, geez, that doesn't bode well for the Horned Frogs, especially when we talk about the debate of 4 and 5. But one thing that has been consistent, even as the selection committee has changed out members from year to year, the one statistic that they all seem to agree on is the loss column.
Right.
And so TCU has a 0 in the loss column. I think that statistic, more than anything, allowed TCU to get the number 4 spot ahead of Tennessee. But I will say that, as they always claim, that they start over every single week. And that means that just because you're in at number 4 doesn't mean you can fall out. Just ask TCU, that was number 4 in the penultimate rankings, put 55 on the scoreboard, but was not the outright Big 12 champion. They get jumped by Ohio State in the very first college football playoff. So just because TCU is in at number 4, not even winning out, though I do think winning out would guarantee it, but not even winning out could be safe for the Horned Frogs.